Do you ever feel like you're being asked to quiet your voice, lessen your presence, lessen your voice, perhaps be smaller than you actually are, especially when you are trying to share knowledge, wisdom, give your input, or perhaps even just in a work environment? Well, I have 5 things you can ask yourself to make sure that what you are feeling is actually coming from an authentic place. Let's dive in. First, one of the first things you can ask yourself to get in touch with your intuition and to understand where these feelings are coming from is, does it feel like you are being corrected? 2, does it feel like you are being managed, micromanaged? So when someone asks you to alter your behavior or your voice or quiet your voice or limit your voice or silence your voice or even in some way, shape, or form ask you to just be a little bit smaller, does that feel like you're being micromanaged? 3, does it feel like you are being asked to subtly contain yourself because you are a strong presence, a strong woman, or a strong character? 4, do you feel as though there is not enough trust in you to self-regulate? So do you feel like there is no trust in you having self-regulation over what is transpiring? And 5, other. Other could be personality clashes, personality characteristics that just don't see eye to eye. So basically, these are the 5 things that you can ask yourself when you're in a situation and you feel like your voice is being silenced or smalled. So let's just say you are part of a group and you are sharing your experience and somebody is asking you to lessen what you are saying or alter the way you are saying it because other people might feel overwhelmed or other people could feel offended. These are things you can ask yourself. 1, or A, does it feel like you are being corrected? B, does it feel like you are being managed? C, does it feel like you are subtly being contained because you are strong, you have a strong presence? 4, does it feel like there isn't any trust there that you could actually self-regulate the situation on your own or your own voice? And then 5, other, and that could just be personality clashes, personality characteristics that just don't vibe together. Now, here's the important thing. If you are feeling something, it's important that you name it, because when you feel something, it's coming from a very physical, visceral response. It's not just your intuition speaking, it's actually your nervous system speaking. And when your nervous system speaks, it's speaking to you loud and clear. And what it is telling you is that something is off. So what we are trying to understand is, what is that off we are feeling? Does it feel like I'm being corrected? Does it feel like I'm being managed? Does it feel like I'm being micromanaged? Does it feel like I'm not being trusted enough to self-regulate? Does it feel like I'm subtly being contained because I'm just too big and strong a presence? Or is it just a personality clash? I know for one thing, when my nervous system speaks to me, if I'm feeling at all a kind of threat of having to lessen who I am or how I'm showing up in a situation, a group, a work environment, or if my voice is being asked to quiet, my nervous system tends to step up right away. And of course, this is also based on our history, on what we have experienced and the situations and experiences our nervous system has had to protect us in. So for me, my nervous system immediately goes stop, and it'll take a step back. It'll take a step back because what it's trying to do is actually protect you. My nervous system tries to protect me, and it's assessing, is this still a safe kind of space that I can verbalize and vocalize what I'm feeling, or am I going to be gauged and monitored every time I try to say something? Is this still a safe environment for me to be open and vulnerable? So that is how my nervous system works, and maybe it's the same for you. Either way, when you feel something, that is coming from your intuition, but also your nervous system. It is a physical response, and it does mean that yes, you did feel something. It is not a figment of your imagination, because what happens first is our nervous system feels that right away. Again, based on past experiences, our intuition tells us something is off. That doesn't feel right. The way that person worded it, the way they said it, it just doesn't seem right. So those are the check-in points. You can ask, does it feel like I'm being corrected? Does it feel like I'm being managed, micromanaged? Does it feel like I'm being subtly contained? Or does it feel like this person does not trust me enough to self-regulate? Or is it just we don't vibe as people? Now for the bigger question, and this one's important, and this actually pertains to women. So one of the questions we need to ask ourselves in these situations is, are we just feeling off because we don't believe that women should be asked to soften? And that takes a lot of investigation and inner work. And the second one, which is huge, are we as women feeling as we are unintentionally taking up more space than intended? The second one is very big for women, and I just want to say one thing. You can never, ever, 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 ever take up too much space. Ever. And just by asking that second question, you are already putting in a hole of doubt into your head that you may have taken up too much space. But what is taking up too much space? We are here in this physical time, space, and reality. This is your life. This is my life. We are here to take up space. That is our entire purpose. Being a soul in a physical body is to take up space. So if you do feel bothered by ever being asked to soften your voice, lessen, quiet your voice, these are some check-in points that you can ask yourself. And they will also help you understand if you are working from ego or if you are working from vulnerability or just working from principle. And on a final note, wherever you are in a work environment, in a sacred circle, in a woman's circle, in a gathering, there are always going to be initiators, there are always going to be observers, processors, and the quiet reflectors. Because if we were all equal, we wouldn't have the vast array of experiences and of wisdom that we can actually draw on.